What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at Ethereum. We're going to take a look at a couple of the longer term time frame charts. We're also going to compare our current cycle to our last one cycle and our last two cycles. You guys will see exactly what I mean as we go on throughout this video. So make sure you guys watching the whole type of video so you guys get the whole picture of what I'm talking about here for Ethereum. Okay, so if we jump right into the Ethereum chart here, this is the exact same thing we looked at for Bitcoin in yesterday's video. If you guys enjoyed that, it's going to be something pretty similar, right? So if you look here, this is our MA extension tool, right, that I made personally. Okay, this shows how far we are personally extended from our 20-week moving average. And you can see, though we don't have as many data points as Bitcoin's had in the past, right, we do have a general trend line now, right, where we actually came up to test this MA extension tool once right here from back in 2016. Okay, so this shows that we got pretty far extended from our 20-week moving average back in 2016. And then we fast forward to our next top, which was back in June 2017. We got really extended from our 20-week moving average. We topped out again. And you can see right now, if we extend this line from these last two peaks over to where we are right now, we did get pretty extended from our 20-week moving average back in January and actually hit that line. Now, does that mean that we need to go down, guys? So a lot of you guys probably look at that and say, all right, this is probably a local top. Yes, maybe it is a local top, but we've actually gone higher since. And you guys are probably wondering, how are we going higher if we hit the top of that trend line? Well, guys, if you look here, we did a similar thing back in, you can see back in June of 2017, right? We got a big correction. And then what did we do? We just continued on up for the rest of the year. So that's what I see as what we kind of did just recently, right? We didn't have a dramatic a correction, right? Back in 2017, we had a correction about 60% to the downside after we got that far extended from the 20-week moving average. But just recently, you can see right here, we did have about a 30% pullback, right? Which didn't pull us all the way back down to the 20-week moving average, but it did pull us back a significant amount, right? It pulled us back a significant amount, and now we have some room to run here a little bit higher away from the 20-week moving average, right? And today is also Sunday, so it's going to have another higher close. And you guys know over time, right, this 20-week moving average is going to move up over time, right? So the longer that we go sideways and we stay above the 20-week moving average, the higher the 20-week moving average is going to get, right? Like conversely, it's going to allow the price action to go higher in retrospect, right? So, because this is an ever moving tool, right? This is going to extend out for an infinite amount of time. So the more time that the moving average has time to go up, obviously the higher we can go on this extension, right? So just a quick look on this. Obviously not as many data points as there were for Bitcoin, but nonetheless, this is still a good indicator that we could need some more type of consolidation within the next few months to allow this to cool off, okay? The second thing I want to look at is, so what I did here is we have basically two Ethereum cycles, and you could actually split it up into three. So the next two charts we're going to look at, this is exactly what I mean, okay? If you go into here, this is comparing our last two Ethereum cycles, okay? So this is basically our percentage gains from our bottom of our cycles, okay? And you can see right now we're actually pretty close to where we were in the 2015 to 2017 cycle, right? Our x-axis here is the month. So you can see 1 to 29 months. Right now we're about halfway through at about month 15. And you can see we're pretty much almost at the exact same point as far as percentage gains from the bottom that we were in the previous Ethereum cycle. So what is this telling us? Well, you can see us last time we got to this relative percentage gains, we did have a big consolidation period, right? Which correlates with this point right here. If I can get my brush tool out here, correlates with this point right here, where you could actually argue that we had a double cycle here for Ethereum, and what could happen for Ethereum in this next cycle, okay? So this big sideways period here for Ethereum is, like what I said, it correlates with this sideways period here on the price action, and that could mean we could be due for some sideways here. though we did not go up as fast as we did from the 2015 to 2017 cycle. So we could just follow along this 2017 path here. I don't think we get up to that percentage of gains. That was absolutely insane back in 2017. But nonetheless, we are right on the path of the 2015-2017 cycle. So there's no need to panic, guys. Even if we go sideways for another 1, 2, 3, another 3 months, we would still be exactly like we were back in 2016. Okay, so no need to panic there. We're right on track. The second cycle I want to look at is the possible 3 cycles, right? So this actually splits up our 3 cycles, right? From the 2015 to 2016 cycle, the 2017 to 2018 cycle, and the 2020 to the current cycle, okay? The 3 cycles are highlighted here, right? First cycle is in orange, second cycle is in green, third cycle is in red, okay? And this also shows, you can see the yellow one is our current cycle is right on track as the other 2 cycles. Now the 2017 to 2018 cycle, which actually correlates. Actually, I have those flipped. The blue one's actually the 2017 to 2018 cycle. We are not quite as high as that cycle, which is to be expected, right? That's to be expected. That one got absolutely bonkers at the end. Now, we could see some type of parabolic action like we did at the end of 2017, 2018 cycle, and get us back on track of that one. But you can see comparatively to the 2015, 2016 cycle, which is actually the red one, we are right on track of that first cycle, right? That correlates with this orange cycle here, correlates with the red cycle of our current cycle. So, yeah, interesting look here. We're pretty much right on track of the 2, right in between the 2, actually. So it's pretty similar to Bitcoin, where Bitcoin's kind of right in between its first cycle and its second cycle. Just kind of interesting how those are both kind of playing out, right? So those are those 2 charts. The third chart I obviously want to look at is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. You guys know how extremely important this is. We've got to bounce at the bottom of this trend line every single time here on the daily chart. It's even more beautiful on the weekly. But on the daily chart, we did get one fake out to the upside. Downside, we came up, got rejected, and actually get back into it and retested the top. Now, over the course of the next couple months, I do expect Ethereum to go back up and retest this trend line. You guys are probably saying, why are you saying it's going to take a couple months, right? Well, you can look at here. From this top to this top, it took about 132 days, right? Or a little bit over 4 months. This top to this top took about 196 days, right? And then this top to this top took about 155 days. So we're expecting is somewhere between 4 and probably 6 months to get back up to the top of this range, which, if you went from our last top here to about, let's say, 150 days, that's going to put our next top, who knows where it's actually going to end up, but that's going to put our next top somewhere around the beginning of July, right around right the day after 4th of July, apparently, TradingView's telling me here. So that's super interesting, right? It's not exactly going to be 150 days, but going off the last cycle, that would put us, if we were to go up in 150 days, let's say, that's going to put from where we are right now, somewhere around this point. It's going to give us about a 61% gain against Bitcoin. That's a crazy amount of gain. I don't know if we go up 61% on Bitcoin, but that's what this overall chart is telling me. I mean, a chart's a chart until it doesn't work. So we'll keep looking at this as long as it continues to work. Obviously, someday it might fail, but it hasn't failed us yet. So that's the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. Super interesting there. Another thing on the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, I did have our MA extension tool. What I want to look at this is our bottom for our MA extension tool. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. There we go. So what's interesting here is every time we actually come back down and retest this on the weekly chart, so basically this blue line is our 10-week moving average. And every time we come back down and back test this on the weekly chart, we actually back test this green line here on the MA weekly, okay? Let me actually fix this source code here. 10-week moving average, there we go, okay? So we actually, like I said, we come back down and retest that on the weekly chart, okay? Which is super interesting, right? We get a bounce here, same thing, we get a bounce here, we get a bounce here, and we get a bounce here. So we tend to get about 10% away from the 10-week moving average, and that's when we get a bounce, which also correlates perfectly with exactly where our rising channel support is, okay? So that's why we're getting another bounce right now. Look at how beautiful this looks on the weekly chart, though. Absolutely beautiful. You can see these were just ended up being wicks on the weekly chart. So like I said, guys, I am expecting a retest of this for Ethereum over the next couple months. Yes, months, guys. It could take that long. Who knows how actually long it's going to take, but nonetheless, I'll be here for you. We'll be here for you throughout the bull market. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys leave a subscribe. Also hit that alert box button right next to the subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. If you guys want to join the Discord, go join the Discord. Link is in the description, where we talk a bunch of stuff about crypto all day long, and we're kind of crypto addicts in there. So go join. Also leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the live stream tonight from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 or 10, depending how I'm feeling. All right. So see you guys later. Peace out.